Got heyo. Let me get this tightened just to make sure. There we go. I hate this sometimes. This thing's a pain in the butt. How do we all do today? Or how are we all doing tonight? Hello, Ace. I don't know if I'm gonna do a face cam thing for right now. I kind of want to just go through, doing this just regular map making. Hold on. Let me turn it down that much. Anyways, how are you doing today? Ace and everyone else who joined the stream. It's hearing me now. I know it's been like a hot minute since I last did a live stream. It's been like what, a month now? Yeah, it's been like closer to a month. Maybe, I think it's actually like 2 weeks or so, but it's been a hot minute. I'm back again, doing more map making. I finalized gameplay for my map a couple of days ago, so I am now just trying to detail and get terrain down. My cat's scratching up my backpack. That's awesome. Amazing stuff for my cat there. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one. That's my thing here. Yeah, we'll have it like this. But no, I am doing a just terrain stuff as well as getting ready to maybe add a few more details around. I've been doing a lot of like building in this section, but I don't know what I want to do exactly. I'm also thinking about getting another person to help out, because right now I do have someone, but I don't know how all of this is going to end. Like, I don't know what my end goal is here with this room in terms of like detailing and everything. Maybe something with gameplay. Actually, hold on. I got an idea, actually. Hold on. Let me get a mesh real quick. Do that. What? Oh. It's because this is a little weird. There. Nah, it's really strange, or not strange, but it's kind of like hard to see what I want to do and where I want the vision of this map to go. Obviously, this stuff needs to get deleted here. That was for some detailing stuff that I was trying to get through. I still need to get this bottom made here. So I guess while I'm at it, I'll do that. Alright, let's see here. Sorry, about coughing, by the way. My throat's been getting a little better, but I don't want to say sick, but I've just been having a cough for like the better end of about 2 weeks now. And it sucks, but I mean, what can you do? What can you do about it, right? Alright. That. That. There. Then we'll do... this here. I might also just do regular, like, just plain maps and everything. Okay, bro, what is this video? What is my cat doing, bruh? Actually just tweaking out. That's what my cat's doing. And my cat's freaking tweaking out like a crackhead. I wish Robin was on. Robin's the other guy that's helping me out with this map so far. I wish he was on to help with doing development here, because I'm a little stuck in terms of what I want to do next. It's not like 3. Sleep stream. Got no one to talk to right now? No, no sleep stream, but hello, Cobalt. No, it's not a sleep stream, it's just a map making stream, that's all. late night live stream. Yep, indeed. I'm bored out of my mind, and I was like, I might as well just go live tonight and see where it takes me. So I decided, why not? That doesn't look good to me. No, I don't think that's gonna work. But on the other hand, though, I have been making some pretty good progress with this so far. It really just does come down to Robin detailing the map. I mean, I think he's done a decent enough job with the helping out a lot on detailing, but I've also been doing a lot of the, like, terrain stuff. He's been doing, so I guess this is one of the things that I haven't really talked about a whole lot, because this is, well, obviously, this channel's first kind of exposure to seeing what's going on with the map, right? But to cut it simple and dry, right? Essentially, my responsibility is to do gameplay. That was my responsibility for the first part of this map, was to do gameplay, get all the gameplay down, get flooding, the pace down and everything, which Robin is going to come by and do that again, and I'll get into that, but it was to get that down, and then after that, try and get VFXs down, and SFXs, and all of these other things, right? Robin's whole thing is that he's supposed to be doing detailing, right? He's supposed to be the one doing, in the detail department, working on stuff, right? And he's also supposed to be a gameplay assurance, like quality assurance guy as well. So far, actually I think it might just be easier to just make these can collide. Balls. Oh wait, they already are. Okay, never mind. So he's supposed to be the guy who's doing, like, detailing and all that, and he drops in every once in a while, but I think his schedule is completely different than mine, which sucks. But no, I think he's done a good job with detailing so far. It's just I've been doing a lot of detailing as well. It's been a lot of my department. That, and obviously Robin has a lot of, he has his own life, right? So he's got his own stuff to figure out. So that's been a lot of what I've been doing, right? Is trying to get through with this stuff. Let's say, actually, hold on, let me get that, let me change this. But no, it's been going fine otherwise. I need to add a few more medieval themes into the map. I was thinking about using some, like, stuff from a mesh kit, like, there's one where it's like a cannon, I believe. I was thinking about using that. What is this? Wireframing. I was thinking about using, like, a cannon thing or whatever, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I might just create my own cannons. Oh yeah, there's barrels over here. I could have used these, but... Oh yeah, this is your this is your mesh kit, Cobalt. My bad, my bad. Robin, I believe, put that one in. I put in the just basic thing here, right? And then I made all of this stuff over here, which, I mean, I might figure this out. Hold on. Bench. It's gonna look a little weird, but detail-wise... it's, like, literally gonna only be in one part of the map. Those objects look huge, to be honest. Which objects? Wait, which objects are you talking about? This cat man. But nah, it's a whole process though. Going through this. I won't join the Navy. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Don't care. I need to really get an ad blocker. I've also been kind of on the cusp on who I want to hire as well for my OST. Because there is one guy in mind that, I mean, I obviously am thinking about, but there's another one that I'm like, well, he might be able to fit the bill. Or he might be able to, you know, do it. Well, there's two, technically, there's two. What the fuck is this? I don't even know what he's making, bruh. But no, there's two people that I'm thinking about before hiring this other guy. And they're two, I want to say, well, they're two big people in the community. Come on. There we go. What are you doing? My cat's running around again. I don't know if you can hear her pimpering and pampering. Hold on, I'm gonna... Let's see here. This might be carpet that... Oh shit, wait, hold on. I was looking for a certain carpet, but this could work. I'm gonna make this like 8 big, transparency be 0.8. Wow, these things really don't want to load, eh? There we go. I think this is the one I'm looking for, actually. Let's see here. I know there's a certain one I'm looking for. Where is it? It's kind of like that zigzag one. Kind of like this. That's the one I'm looking for. And I'm not seeing it anywhere. That's the problem. Not there. Shit, I'm not seeing it anywhere. Fuck. I guess it ain't here. Well, that sucks. If I find it, I'll find... If I find it, that's cool, but if not, whatever. Then we'll say the ground here. We'll say it's... We'll say it's wooden. I love the ending to this song. It's always like, it's one of my favorites. Hold on, I'm gonna go take a piss. I'll be back. I'll be back, chat. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, chat. I am so Barack. I'm gonna move this down one. I'm gonna move it down two, actually. There we go. We'll do resize a line here, this to here, and this up to there. Closest thing we'll get to a sleep stream. Yep, you're so right. It is the closest thing we're gonna get to a sleep stream, because we're never going to get one. I want to see something real quick, actually. Don't I have, like, a little barrier? Yeah, I do. There we go.
There's enough needless nonsense in the world already. Your phone plan shouldn't add to it. Verizon's new Simplicity plan cuts down on the nonsense in your life. Now there's just one plan, one price. $30 a line per month, even for a single line. And everyone gets our best 5G network. It's a
I don't
phone plan
care.
designed...
Okay. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. This is such a good OST, even after all this time. Hello, it's me, Venus the Vicinity. Get the voices out of my head. Alrighty. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. I'm just doing more map making. Per usual. But nah, what is it? So far I'm pretty happy with how this looks on the inside. Kind of church-like. More so like gospel-y. I'm gonna have to shoot this up a little. What is this? Oh, it's the black thing that goes to the church, or not church, to the castle. There. Honestly, it is a massive shame that this OST is like essentially like, or not OST, but that this map's never coming back into the main game. That sucks a lot, honestly, because this was a really good map. And I honestly thought it was one of the best, like, what is it, highlights. Even for today's standards, it's still, in my opinion, one of the best. Oh boy, what do you want, Solitary? But up, boy. Bro, what are you on about, bro? You're a Lekiki. Look at these amazing map making skills here. It's called optimizing, buddy. Something you want to know. It's called motion, buddy. What are people saying? No one's saying anything. People need to start saying stuff right now. I'm actually getting cracked at map making, bro. Yeah, look at that. That looks good. I like this. This looks good. Of course, I think the good option here, yeah. So good. Doesn't that look good, chat? Doesn't that look, like, really good in your guys' opinions? I know I had a grace, like, concrete thing here somewhere. Fuck, where was it? Yeah? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Also, hello. We'll do sand. We'll see what this looks like here. Hi, hello. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Say... Oh boy, do I want this to be closed off from, like, debris, or do I just want it to be, like, a black little hallway thing? Because I feel like I should keep this open in case I want to make, like, a prequel or anything. Oh, is this the spawn room? Yes, this is the spawn room here. Well, not this area exactly. The actual spawn is like right here. It's just that I have the spawn room, you know, right there. This is kind of like if you look behind you, you'll see like a whole thing here. That's kind of what this is supposed to entice, because obviously having like an empty area here is not a really amazing, you know, like, it's not going to be an amazing detail thing. I don't think people are going to be like all stoked to be like, oh boy, I can't wait to, you know, see behind me there's nothing, right? When I could just, you know, put in a little extra effort and putting some things in to make it look like you're in kind of like a church area. That's kind of like the idea that I'm going for anyways with this. I need to play... I need to playtest this first, though, and see, like, if that arrow is anywhere close to being indicatable. You know, it's this map. I'm gonna load some of these maps because I was playing in Fopoodle's live stream. I did do a couple of playtesting things here. Okay, so the arrow is there. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We'll do... We'll do some playtesting. Whoa, I was about to say, wait, that's super fast. No, wait, it's Mario music, that's bad. That probably means I'm gonna get copyrighted. Oh well. Nah, but for real though, like, Nintendo is, I don't want to say scummy, but the fact that they do, you know, have these like copyright things in place for their video game music where others don't really have it in place, where you can just get your video taken down or whatever, is a little bit of a scummy move. Yellow. Hello, Big Popo. Also, this is a W soundtrack for Mario. No, I almost made... Nintendo's just stupid like that. They are like, yeah, they're stupid greedy. I just wanted to playtest this one, though, because I saw, I'm like, remake of a map. By the way, anyone who's joining in, this isn't my map. This is someone else's. I just wanted to playtest it. I promise I make higher quality slop than this. Watch Solitary be like, actually this map's better. Okay, we should beat it. Yeah, we beat it. Good job, guys, we beat it. Sega is better anyways because at least they support fan projects based on their games, unlike Nintendo who cruelly killed off several fan-made games based on Mario. Don't think it's just Nintendo near everybody's finicky with music copyright, or maybe I'm confusing stuff with false claims that happen all the time. I think it's false claims on your when we're talking about that on the consensus of that. Nintendo is like notorious for like shooting down anyone who uses like people like any of their like IPs, like either characters or music. They are like notorious for that. There might be a few other games who will do that or so, right? But like Nintendo is pretty well known to like go out of their way and fucking shoot down like other people's IPs or shoot down a bunch of other people's stuff. Now I don't know if that's going to be the same consensus of like in the YouTube square, but I am pretty aware that I'm pretty much aware that they try to like nuke all of the Nintendo related stuff like Mario and Luigi stuff off of Gmod. I am aware of that. So yeah, they are very iffy when it comes to that. Despite the fact that what is it? The stuff on there is literally like free. Like the Mario's and Luigi skins are free and everything because it wasn't made by the official, you know, team behind them. That much I am like knowledgeable on, but still. Oh yeah, Nintendo's especially stingy. Yeah. Which is why I say this stream's probably gonna get, like, shot down, honestly. It's gonna get, like, it's gonna be taken out back and shot in the back of the head, dude. By the, in terms of monetization, which is fine by me because I really don't have any, oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't really have anything to monetize anyways. But knowing that whenever I do go into my, like, little oh my god. Whenever I do go into my little, like, YouTube thing to take a look at analytical stuff or whatever, it's probably gonna be like, oh, your video is copyrighted, by the way, because of the Mario Ba Ba Lava song, right? From, like, World 8, I think it is. Generally speaking, it's World 8. It's the lava world with Bowser's castle. This looks nice. Thank you. I can playtest it through it here in a little bit. Right now, it's just trying to uh, detail and trying to get, like, the map materialized. That way it's not, like, completely empty, right? And I'm really happy with how it's going so far. I will say I am aware that Crazy Blocks does have uh his music, like this stuff, copyright striked as well. Like, you will get copyrighted for having his music on stream. I am aware of that, but uh he's an indie game dev, and if I'm pretty sure if you ask him for permission, I'm pretty sure he appeals it. I think so, more so his reason for having his music copyrighted and everything is so that people don't claim it for legality reasons, because I know the band Home had a problem with that, uh, with a YouTuber named Eckhart's Ladder, right? I know they had a problem with Eckhart's Ladder, because they used to, like, it was a whole thing. I'd have to re-look back into it, but if I recall correctly, Eckhart's Ladder uses a song called Renaissance. You might have heard of it before. I'll play it, actually, because I'm pretty sure it's not copyrighted. Never mind. It is claimed under copyright stuff. It's this song, though, right? Yeah, it's this song, right? So, anyways, like I was saying, Eckhart's Ladder was going through a lot of legality issues pertaining to some people who were copyright striking the music for for Renaissance, right? Despite the fact that Eckhart's Ladder literally got permission from the band Home, which is the guy that made that song. It's the band that made that song, right? Uh, right? He got permission from them to use his stuff. So it was a whole thing, and this was like years back, like probably at this point, probably closer to like 6-ish years ago, 5 years ago. Pretty sure that's what it's called, a podium, right? Yeah, it's a podium. This should be extended out a little bit then, if that's the case. Considering that podiums are... Oh, my screen went dark. Okay, now I can see it. Considering that podiums usually have a little bit of an outgrasp here. This is just going to be a really low quality book. We'll say it's leather. Open book. There. There. Doesn't that look nice? Wait, I have another idea for this. Nope. Okay, so we just delete this. I have a little thing here. Honestly, I will be honest with you though, Chad. If I did not have a care in the world about, you know, getting copyright striked or anything, I would generally play music on the stream or my music, right? Because as much as I do like FE2's music and everything, it gets stagnant and stale after a while. Especially for streams, when you hear it for like the millionth frickin' time, right? Not that it's bad or anything, it's just, like I mentioned, it gets stagnant, it gets, like you hear it a million times, you're like, okay, I get it. But there is other music I listen to. It just sucks that we have to listen to this kind of stuff all the time. I should probably tune down the point light as well. Let's say lighting's 1. for all of these here. That way it's not like literally blinding people. Okay, how much more of this song do we have? Okay, it's the last one, guys. Beneath the Ruins is pretty good. I like this song as well. I really do like the old one, though. The old one was, like... It has a touch of, like, nostalgia to it, I think. Wait, hold on. There. Okay, I need a half circle now. Here we go. Perfect. Old BTR definitely has a nice different vibe, though. I can't say I prefer it over the current. I mean, I like the current, don't get me wrong. My whole thing, though, is, like, the old one has, like, this strong bound to nostalgia. It uses a lot more, of those, like, little... This. It uses the background voices a lot more, which is what I really like about it. That, and it feels more, it feels more kind of like closer to home and more personal when you listen to it, especially the ending part. I feel like makes it sound like a lot more of a personal listen. That's what I really like about it. For every other reason, though, I would say that, what is it, the new edition is better, though. But both versions are really good. Shit, I'll play the old BTR here in a little bit. Just give me a moment. Let me see if it will pop up. Okay, it's not popping up. Hold on. Give me a moment. Wait, what's this? Oh. Okay. It's this one. It's this one I'm talking about here. To me, I really like this version. It's more slow and it feels like it has much more of a punch to it much more emotional to say. Especially this part at the end. It's more ambient. I really love that part though. That's just me. Though I just really love that part at the end. It's got like this whole feeling of like lost kind of nostalgia or lost like I don't know how to describe it other than it's like coming to the realization, I guess, of realizing that, you know, things aren't the same as they used to be. And I feel like that's kind of what the vibe of what Crazy Blocks was trying to go for when he was working on that map. And I feel like he did a really good job with it. That's just me personally. But anyways, both versions are really good. To say the least, they're both really good versions. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, hold on, let me reset my stream thing here. There we go. Oh, Poisonous Forest. This one's not too bad either. I like this one. Oh my god, dude. This cough is fucking killing me. I think cobblestone could work. Hold on, let me check out cobblestone. Yeah, that could work. Let me see something actually. I like this one a little bit more, honestly. More darker color to it. Kind of gives it more of that, like, church kind of vibe. The whole idea of this is that this is, like, this area is, like, your... How do I describe this? I've mentioned it a little bit here. I want to emphasize on it a little bit. The whole reason why I'm keeping stuff like this open up for interpretation and keeping, like, these doors here and why I haven't bartered them up yet with, like, some stuff is because I'm trying to figure out how am I best going to implement this into this map, right? How am I going to implement the idea of a prequel into this map, because I do plan on eventually making a prequel. That is a plan that I do have. But it's like, okay, how do I work with this? Because it's like, I could have it to where like there's like rocks that fell off from the top here and enclose this area in. Or I could have it to where it's just like black here and it's just like a walkthrough. Because I will say, if I ever do make a prequel, it will most likely end up being a Crazy Plus. And like a high-end Crazy Plus. This is probably going to be my hardest map if I ever do make it. Also, hello, Blitz. What is it? Oriental Grove's a good one. Damn. They do be giving us pure bangers. I have a new PC. Ooh, nice, nice. It's good to hear. What's the specs on it? Love Oriental Grove. Oriental Grove is such a good OST. I mean, in general, I like most of them. I think the only ones I can tell you right off the get-go that I don't really like and I'm not going to listen to a whole lot is Snowy Peaks and Decrepit Seas, because I think they have, like, not amazing soundtracks, but Oriental Grove, to get back onto, like, the good stuff, though, Oriental Grove is really good. It costed $900 though. I mean, that's a good amount, but still. Actually, I need to search something up. That's still good. Is a RTX 5060 better than a RTX 3080? Okay. Was my first favorite OST, and that never really felt... Oh god, that one's a hard one for me to pick what my first favorite OST was. I would have to say my first favorite OST was probably Sky Sanctuary. I really like Sky Sanctuary's kind of more happy, upbeat to it. That, and it was one of my first maps I played getting back into this game again, because it's a whole thing. Initially, I played this game all the way back in 2018 under a different account. If I ever remember what the name's called, it's like Fluffy Kitty Cats or something like that. I don't know why I named it that, but I just did. And FE2 was one of those games that I mained a lot. Mind you, this was back when I was like 13 years old. So I was just a dumb, like, teenager, right? So I came into this Tenebrae Rosso Singui. That's a really good one. It's from a different video game, but what is it? It was really it was like under a different name, like I mentioned. It's like the Fluffy Kitty Cats. I think a couple of random numbers in there as well, username. And I fucking... I ended up losing that account because it was on my mom's fucking iPad, right? So I made a new account and came over in like 2022. I forgot the name of this game, and then I remembered what it was. It was Flood Escape 2. I was like, oh my god, that game. That game I loved that game, right? And ever since then, I've just been doing map making. I'm pretty sure I started map making like a month after, uh, what is it? A month after I joined the CVG community, because I think I started playing it in like June, I think? It was either June or July. Let me check my stats for FE2. I don't want to listen to Tenebrae. Rosso Sangui.
I was 52 years old. I thought shingles was for old people. I was there in the hospital bed for 8 days.
Okay, well, let's see here. I joined in on July 6th of 2022. That's when I first joined the game on this account. I feel like I'm not one of the only people in CBG to not have lost their account at some point. Probably. Well, the other thing about it as well is that it was less me losing my account and more so me, what is it? And more so me just moving on. I mean, I didn't really grab the account from, I didn't grab the account because it was just from my mom's iPad or anything, because there was literally nothing on there. I was like quite literally a bacon. Like no money, no nothing and everything. I'm like, it's not really worth trying to recover an account that I haven't played in like literally years, especially considering that I got a PC years prior to me joining into this game, right? Like I think it was about 2 years prior, right? Let's see what the people are playing. I guess we'll also go over it, but no, it was a whole thing. And funny enough, the only reason I even did they patch that? Okay, cool. Funny enough, the only reason I actually like got into Roblox is because I moved out from Oregon to Kansas, and one of my friends, who I'm not gonna disclose their name just for privacy reasons, but one of my friends, uh, added me into the game, and it's been years now since I last played with him, but what is it? Nah, it's just the whole thing. He played fuck, what was that one like COD-like Battlefield-like game that's a shooter on the platform? It's not Arsenal, it's I forget what it's called. It's got like just like I'm pretty sure like sites you go to and you kill people and everything. I forget what it's called. It just had a controversy not too long ago for some like I want to say about a year ago at this point. Can these people get in instead of fucking trolling? I'm doing that just in case. Phantom Forces. Okay, yeah. That's the one I was talking about, Phantom Forces. Yeah, no. He played Phantom Forces a lot and I was like, well shit, I guess I'll give it a try and see what all the fuss is about with it, and so I did, and it was a pretty good game. I liked it, and then I was like, wait, there's a game that I used to play on here. It was like a water game, and I went searching and eventually found Flood Escape 2 again. So it had been like roughly about 5 years up until that point. But I'm pretty sure the first game that I played was I'm pretty sure the first map I played was when I joined in on this account was Sky Sanctuary. Actually, I want to see something. What are my stats looking like? Okay, ignore the survival ratio here where it says 53%. I can explain. When Thunder Shoreline came out or got re-added back into the game, I like did a lot of like character resetting, joining into the game to get it. Despotic. No, I want to play Despotic, not Wild Savannah. Also, holy unk, dude. Wild or Boreal Isle actually like in the roster. That's crazy. I feel like I never see that map in the roster. I feel like it's either Surreal Scene in Steeler Solstice or Windswept Valley that's in the roster, or Sapphire Falls that's in the roster for the most part. I like never see Boreal Isle, even if it's not like a notable map. No, I already did. I just wanted to replay it again after so many years of not playing it. The only map badges I don't have in this game is Desert Ruins and Nuclear Blizzard. Uh, what is it? I'm trying to remember. There's another one I believe I don't have right now. Oh, Grumbling Mine Shaft. That's the other one. But I have beaten Grumbling Mine Shaft in CM, so I mean, if I want to really grind it out, I could try and get it. It's just gonna take a minute. But I'm pretty sure the only ones I don't have is Rumbling Mineshaft, Desert Ruins, and Nuclear Blizzard. So I'm near close to being a perfectionist. But not yet. This map's peak. I just don't have DR Lumi. I have Lumi, but that costed me, I'm not even kidding you, like 4,000 gems to get. But no, just to show you that I'm not lying. See, Luminance, I only have 8 more batches I have to grab. These two I'm not going to grab in, like, never. I'm going to be able to probably grab this, and if I'm really dedicated, I can grab these two. These ones I'm pretty sure are impossible to get now, which sucks, but whatever. But no, I guess one of the other things about Lumi as well is that I did get Luminance's badge like 2 weeks, I believe, after its launch, so the shortcuts were still very much so prevalent. But I'm pretty sure I'm also the first person to beat Luminance in first person, which is massive to me. Because I never really... I think I was Mushrusia Entryway's first confirmed person to win, right? Or I think I was Mushrusia's Entryway's first person victor, although I could very much so be very wrong. And I am now Luminance's first-person victor as well. I was beaten out from Grumbling Mineshaft like a couple of weeks beforehand or prior to actually beating Grumbling Mineshaft in CM Perm, though, so there is that. And I'm willing to bet you that if I had committed more to... what is it? If I had committed more to trying to beat Scorching Savannah, I would have also been the first-person victor. Speaking of which, here's Beneath the Ruins. This map's really good, even for its time. Like, honestly, this map still holds up pretty decently well, all things considered. I mean, obviously, it has shown its age, that's for sure, but I think it's a good map still. Okay. Not that I did that. I'm gonna leave. Going back into here. and get on with map making still. Anyways, back to this. I tell you what, another map that took me a while to beat was Luminance, or not Luminance, but was Venomous Vistas. Venomous Vistas took me so much longer than it should have. And I guess that's kind of one of the other reasons why I really don't like the map, is because of just the sheer amount of time and gems that were consumed to try and beat it. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I really do not like not Luminance. I mean, I think Luminance is fine, but definitely lacking in some departments. No, I meant Venomous. I really don't like Venomous. I think it's the worst Crazy Plus map in the game. And I really hate to do Nodes like that. I really do, because I do think Nodes is a really good map maker. I think he's very good, and I think he's very talented, but I just don't like Luminant, or, goddamn, I keep mixing up. I don't like Venomous Vistas. But I can tell you what my most favorite is. What my most favorite Crazy Plus is, and that's Forsaken Foundry. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say CMA, huh? You really thought I was gonna say CMA. And you wouldn't have been wrong if it wasn't for last year. I just think Forsaken Foundry is just too good of a map. And honestly, if you ask me, I would perm that shit. I would have permed that shit so long ago. It's so good. Actually, we'll playtest through it a little bit. Hold on, I didn't start properly. I think everything about the map is good. Like, literally every aspect of it. Lighting, detail, gameplay, all of that stuff. I will say gameplay is a tiny bit questionable in the CM perm version, but I really like the, what is it? I really like the, highlight version a lot. I was honestly caught off guard as well with it, because it was one of those maps that I had never really, like, played an awful lot before the highlights came out, whereas, like, a bunch of the other ones I had played beforehand. Grumbling Mineshaft was the exception. Well, actually, no. 2025, I think out of all 4 of the Crazy Pluses that were highlighted, I think the only one that I played a whole lot before, or that I played a good amount and even beaten prior to it, was Haunted Chapel, and that's it. Actually, no, I didn't beat Haunted Chapel before it got highlighted. But I did play Haunted Chapel a good amount, and I was one of the testers for it for Noomlick. Now all we need is a Deserted Heights remake. If we get a Deserted Heights remake, I'll be so happy. Because honestly, I thought Deserted Heights was going to be the map that was going to get base permed all the way back in 2023 when people were still speculating on which map it was going to be that was going to get base permed, right? I feel like that's a pretty common prediction. Well, yeah, that, and I would say maybe a couple of Numelic maps. I did know that a couple of people thought that DID was going to become a base perm. I'm pretty sure there was also, like, actually, no. Yeah, actually, yeah. DID, I think, was predicted a little bit, but not as much as Sub-Zero Sphere. Abandoned Junkyard was also another one that was also getting heavily predicted as well, I'm pretty sure, or getting predicted a good amount, which, I mean, it followed shortly afterwards in the terms of a highlight, but no, Deserted Heights was a pretty common prediction. It was. I wouldn't say it was as common as something like Sub-Zero Sphere, though. Okay, just fuck me, I guess, then. Like, Sub-Zero Sphere, I'm pretty sure, was, like, the most commonly predicted one. Honestly, I'm still kind of sad that the remake, or whatever wasn't made up until this day. I really want Deserted Heights to get a redemption arc, or get redeemed back again into the spotlight. Another thing I will say as well that I really want, Crazy Plus I really want back, at least at the very minimum in turn, is just Legacy, is Royal Church. That was another one. I really liked Royal Church all the way back when. Oh, that's that. Okay. I think he needs to nerf the pacing a little bit. That's all I think. I think he needs to nerf the pacing just a tiny bit, and it'll be a 6.3. Otherwise, I think this is a 6.4. That pacing is, like, stupid fast. I think he should have kept that as a 6.4 in my opinion. There were some solid changes. There were some changes. I did break it down in one of my vids. Oh, nice. Well, I mean, I figured as much for the CM Perm version. Let me read this. Just realized I haven't really played Foundry after its highlight. I do not remember those two button barriers. Yeah. I remember predicting Royal Church from that RJ teaser lol, because Noomlink So Work in Progress had a lot of platforming off tree branches. Yep. Well, that was, not the prediction. It's not even ported. That's the sad part about Royal Church is that it's not even ported over into like CM or anything. It's still unavailable after all these years, which really sucks because I feel like it is a really good map of Numlex. Like, more so of an outstandish map than even something like DID was. Well, but I'm gonna hop off for now. Have fun. I will. Thank you, Mr. Pop, for coming by for the stream. Hope you have yourself a good night or day, whatever time it is for you. I'm gonna be behind a little bit. Actually, I think I'm on time. I feel like as well that this map's probably going to benefit a lot more for having more than one player in the server. I feel like it's going to be much more beneficial to get it in terms of like not being a solo player. Okay, I can do the rest in first person. I love this map though. It's so good. The OST, everything's so good. Not ported, and God knows what happened to the remake Noomlake was working on. Wait, Noomlake was working on a Royal Church remake? Dude, that would have been so dope if he was. Because, like I mentioned, Royal Church is, like, literally one of my most favorite Crazy Plus, like, Noomlake maps. I mean, obviously, it's not my most favorite now. It's been, like, 3 fucking years since I last played it, because, you know, Noomlake doesn't want to port the map over for whatever reason, but, like, that was literally... It's still a strong contender, in my opinion. Like, I'd say my most favorite Noomlake Crazy Plus now would either be Sub-Zero Sphere or Rigger Jungle, but I mean, it's still really good. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back, chat. Okay, I'm back, chat. Let me get my thing back up here. Okay. I remember him posting work in progresses a while ago. That's what I based the prediction on. Gotcha. Pretty big Grumbling Mineshafts fan personally. Oddly enough, I've never touched Rigger Jungle. It's pretty difficult. I'd probably say it's, at this point, more acquainted to a 6.5 than it is 6.4, but it's really good still. It's one of my more favorite ones from him. Definitely one that I think he should get highlighted for at some point, but I mean, Noomlik has Noomlik has like 5 crazy plus highlights, so I don't know if it's gonna happen. Actually, oh Jesus, how many does he have? Let me check real quick. Let me check the fandom. Okay, he has DID, LCOG, which is 2 right there. He has, okay, wait, no, he has Sub-Zero Sphere, that's 1. DID, that's 2. LCOG, which is 3. Rumbling Mineshafts, which is 4. I swear, oh yeah, he also had Haunted Chapel. So that's 5 crazy pluses, I'm pretty sure that he has. Yeah, I'm gonna make the assumption they probably want to do that, considering that he has quite a lot, but it's really good. I really like it. The OST is good. The it's a good one. I personally would have said that this should have been highlighted over Volcog back at its launch. Fuck. It's been forever since I last played this map as well, so I'm gonna be really rusty with trying to rebeat it again. Sure, I'm on time. A lot of this map is also trying to remember where you need to go as well. I think I'm on time. I might be a little late. Let's go! This is just a hunch, but I feel that the reason Rigger Jungle wasn't highlighted is simply because the name is too similar to Rustic Jungle, which could possibly get both maps mixed up somewhat easily. I wouldn't even really say that, honestly. Like, I don't think that's the reason. That's a really dumb reason for not wanting to highlight a map. Especially considering that it's a good map. And then there was another map called Dingy Jungle that was released all the way back when as well. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Dingy Jungle's not that good. And, I hate to be the one who has to break X-Cyber's back on it. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't sure, which is why I said it was just a hunch. Yeah, I don't think that's the reason, though. But then again, you're never gonna know. Hold on. Oh yeah, I have to go the other way. Yeah, it's this map. This map's not good. X-Cyber was, I believe, all the way back then talking about how this is like a better map than Rustic Jungle, and it's like, yeah, no. I mean, it's an alright map, but it's like way too fucking claustrophobic. I think you have to jump forward there. Let me see if I can't get it again. Okay, I screwed that up pretty badly. To be fair, highlights can be both predictable and unpredictable at the same time. I don't like that they can be predictable because I've predicted highlights a multitude of times back in 2024, whereas like in 25, my predictions were nearly always off, outside of a few times, few different times. Like, one of the reasons I'd say why the August highlights were really good was because of 25, which was like Firewatch, Electric Heights, and all that. Forsaken Foundry as well, is because they were honestly a really unpredictable bunch. Bro. And that's why it's one of my most favorites, because we didn't know what we were going to get our hands into. For OBS, what is your bitrate you recommend to improve video or streaming quality? Right now, I think I have it at like 15K. But I'd recommend probably 10K. Especially if your PC can't handle it. I don't know what your settings are, though. feel like Foundry was pretty predictable, and Air was really EH. Wait, hold on, I'm trying to remember what was EH. Electric Heights. I remember now. It's Electric Heights. I mean, yeah, I guess. I really never predicted that Forsaken Foundry was going to get highlighted. I honestly didn't know what I was going to get my hands on to, though, when it came to them, so... Noise thing you making? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. It is very nice, the thing that I make. It's quite a bit of work as well. Actually, funny enough, you want to know the thing about this map, right? Is that it's not even, like, I haven't even been working on this map for a month, and we're already through the process of getting through with detailing the map. Now, to give you guys an understanding of how long it generally takes for me to make maps, um, it took Luxuriant Caverns about 4 months, 4-ish months to make that map. And it took Courthouse Overflow about a year and a half to do. I'm trying to remember. Frigid's the one... I think I know which one you're talking about. Let me play through it. I think one of the other big problems... Wait, did you say Frigid out... Oh, Palace, not Outpost Palace. Let's check out this map. Oh yeah, this map. It's cool, I just don't know if it's highlight worthy. I love the OST, it's so catchy. And there you go then. I think it sounds fine so far, but then again, I've only listened to it a tiny bit. I could see this being a solid, crazy highlight for like December or whatever. I feel like my main problem with this map so far is that there really isn't a whole lot of other colors outside of like the blues. I'll have to get a tiny bit of green here. No! Nah, I'd say this one's probably a little less, honestly. Like, it's cool and everything, and there's definitely some really cool terrain stuff that goes on in this map, but my main issue with it is that it doesn't have a whole lot of, like, color. Its color palette's very limiting. That's my big issue with it. Also, directions I can see it being really confusing for people. Whereas with, like, Firewatch, you had a whole bunch of, like, browns, you had greens, you've had your, I think, oranges for your lighting and everything, as well as the fires, right? Some of your grays for your pipes and everything, right? Whereas this is it's just kind of tiny different variations of, like, blue. I will say, though, one of the big things that I can give it is that it doesn't, like, hammer in on the lighting and makes it, like, just obnoxious to look at. So at least there's that. I'd say it might be highlight worthy, but it needs to touch up on its color palette quite a bit. Where do you go after this? I'm surprised you're able to... Oh, okay, cool. I just joined in late. I mean, this does come with a lot of practice of playing in first person and, you know, beating quite a few crazy pluses as well, so do take that in consideration as well for how I'm able to sight read it easily. I would say, though, I am a little surprised myself. Once you play this game long enough, some, like, gameplay things just become all too predictable, honestly, so I'm gonna attribute it down to that as well. Okay, where do you go? Oh, you gotta go over here, okay. Gotta jump back a bit to reach a higher platform. That jump is definitely harder read in first person. Yeah, okay, that's... I saw that in the second roundabout. Well, third time's the charm, as they say. Alright, let's see here. I do like this map, though. Like, gameplay-wise, it is pretty good. Like, there's quite a good amount of stuff here. I'd say it's pretty nice for a 5.8. A little hard on the side readability, but I mean, it ain't nothing that a little bit of tweaking can't fix. Oh, that's nice. Okay, you gotta go over here and then over into this area. Oh no, the flood! No! I did good there. That was a really good run. Okay, I can optimize it. Okay, I'm dead. I'm just dead there. That was a climb state. I hate climb states like that, honestly. What time is it right now? It's 12:34. I shouldn't have checked the time. That's what killed me, chat. I do like the OST though, it's pretty nice. All around, I'd give it a maybe solid, like, I don't know, maybe 7 out of 10. Like, its lighting's pretty good, the OST's pretty decent, and gameplay is fun for the most part, but it really just has come down to sight readability and the color palette being just a hard-hitting, or a hard hitter, I guess, is what you could say. Like, there's nothing in terms of color here outside of blues and the occasional greens. I keep forgetting, bro. I keep forgetting. I gotta remember that I have to go backwards. At least so far, that is. Feels like a really nice, like, 21, maybe 22 map, though. Just a little behind there. Yeah, essentially. I don't know, this is pretty tough as well for 5.8. I'm pretty sure it's a 5, yeah, it's a 5.8. I guess one of the other things as well is that, like, outside of the fact that it's like an icy palace, there's really nothing that really is outstandish about this map either. It is cool, but it's just not as outstandish as, say, like Underworld Castle, another castle-themed map, or something like Icy Spires as example, which is another kind of, like, more medieval snow-themed map. Then again, that one's an easy map, so... Oh my god. Yo, it's the courthouse overflow guy. Yep, it is. Alright, I'm gonna get back to this. Indeed. Oh yeah, that's one of the other things I was about to say. I have a question for you guys. In terms of what you guys think my best map is, what do you guys think is my best map or most highlightable map? Me personally, I'd say maybe Courthouse Overflow is probably my most favorite, although the OST for Conductive Quarry really carries. my opinion on that one being one of my favorites. First thing I'd think of is the conductive core, not gonna lie. Well, shit, there you go then. Conductive's not too bad of a map. I'm pretty sure it's my most popular map now, if I recall correctly. Yeah, it's got 78 stars now. It took a while to beat out Medieval Slums. V2, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Medieval Slums V2 is at 77 stars. Conductive's at 78 now. So it took a while to beat it out, but it finally got there. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to make a poll here in a little bit to get people's opinions on it. On what my best modern map is. Let me get a poll up and running real quick. Let me get something pulled up real quick. Damn, do I not have it? Okay, hold on.
Tools from Harbor Freight are doing hard work in real garages across.
I don't care. Okay, so right now I have Conductive Quarry, Courthouse Overflow, Luxuriant Caverns. I'm thinking the next one could probably end up being not Cry for the Weeper, because that was a map jam map. What do you think? Do you guys think it should be Medieval Slums, or do you think it should be Fungal Grown Kingdom? Or do you think the option should just be Other? I'll say Other. Actually, I'll say Other, because that kind of pertains in my map, or my other maps. Instead of being like, okay, here's my end-all be-all, great amazing map here, right? Let me do something real quick. Give me a second here. Okay, so there's that one. God, my PC's taking a long time to load up some of the things. I'm almost done, chat. It's almost here to get the poll up and running. Hold on, my YouTube's being a little weird. Okay, wait, hold on. Something's coming, I think. My stuff's working stupid slow, though. Bruh, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. Why is it not showing? Let me check my actual YouTube here and, like, on my phone and see if anything popped up for me. Nothing popped up. What the fuck? Dude, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, cool. It deleted it. Good job, YouTube. Hold on, it's posting still, I believe. I don't know why it's freaking out about this post thing here. I should be able to get this post up and running. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this, y'all. I'll get back to this in just a second. I'm going to assume that it's just my PC or whatever acting up. If by chance, could you maybe give slight tweaks to some of Courthouse Overflow? I have noticed some bits of the map somehow pretty janky when I play the map. I could try. I shouldn't be showing this, but there is a update that is expected to come out for Courthouse Overflow. Do expect it. It's mostly going to be a detail update, but I am working on it. I can't specify, but there is a jank with like most trusses. Well, that's not really helpful for me, because if it's most trusses, then I don't know what to do. It works just fine with me. But no, I'm in the middle of trying to update the map and make it look a little better. And one of those things is like this ending area here as example, right? Trying to change this up a little bit and make it look a little better, as well as some more consistent like details around the map as well. But after that, I'm gonna be done with Courthouse Overflow and move on to the next map. But no, I'll see what I can try and do, but I can't guarantee that I'll be able to fix much of anything. Type it here though, like what it's like, or type of like what your problem is with the trust, because most of the time I'm able to do it just fine. At least when I see it on my end. Hold on, view the map again. Gotcha. Let me open up Courthouse Overflow again. Right now, for what I have some detail up here. It's in an inaccessible room, and then I have some detail going on, like here. It used to be a solid highway through here, and I want to make it to where it's like a little bridge thing that peers off, and kind of gives a reason as to why like this is kind of slanted downwards with a little bit of the construction going on, right? Like a truck like this about. I think I also did some indoor things, like some slight detail changes to the flooring, and I think a couple of changes to some other detail stuff, as well as a tiny bit of optimization. But oh yeah, and then of course we have this room in here as well. This is another thing. Kind of to stay more familiar with Houston Breakout, right? But yeah, no, otherwise that's what it is so far. Be cool for what you're doing overall. Yep, it's gonna be a tiny detail update. Well, I say tiny, it's gonna be a modest update for detailing before I just call it quits on Courthouse Overflow and move on. Because that map, it had a whole development history. Like, there's a lot, and maybe one day I'll make a video, like, talking about, like, how, you know, a bunch of my maps came to be in like their previous versions and everything, right? But Courthouse Overflow did have a version beforehand, a previous version beforehand, that was significantly different to what it was today. Let me see if I can get it pulled up real quick. It was like significantly different. It was going to be worked on from Arid, who's the guy who did Undersea Facility with me, and what is it? And Cinnabon before he got banned. Hold on, let me get some of this stuff ready. I'll showcase it a little bit. So there was this version. Oh, okay. Damn, this is the V1? Yes. Technically, the release version that's out now is like the V4. There's like a bunch of other versions beforehand. Oh, okay, cool. I'm just gonna go through it a little bit. So, you had the main rotunda, right? This is what it looked like beforehand. It was much more uglier. But you came through there, and it's like you had to go over here, right? But the floor would drop when you came in. I think it was over here? Yeah, it was like over here, right? Down here. You'd come through this floor here. No, that's wrong. You'd come through here. You'd get to this here. You'd press this. Jump on here. Jump over here. Get on here. Jump on here. Here. Jump up here. And then this plank. Go over. Then down here. And then you'd have to go over here. And mind you, this is finished already, and then you'd take this, like, little wall jump hop area, and then you're like, oh, this here, and it's like, you get this drop down, and it's like, you go up here, and then you go over here, down here, right? And then you go over here, you get this button, and then you have to drop down here, jump over here, jump up here, get onto this area here, and then you jump down to here, go up here, and then there'd be this thing, and the map would take you to the outside where this was the model, and I just didn't think it was good, honestly, so I scrapped it, and then there was a bunch of versions beforehand, right, and let me pause this, like, we had this version here, right? Oh no, this was an early concept of the official version, like what it looked like beforehand. It was this version. This was like the V2, I think. Either the V2 or the V3. I'll be able to tell here. This is the V2. This was the V2. Then you had this part here. So you had that. It was a whole thing. But eventually we ended up getting the current version we have now, and I'm really happy with this version. Even if it's a tiny bit jank, that wraparound in question, yeah, that wraparound was a nightmare. I wanted to be a little more experimental with my gameplay. So I tried that out, and yeah, talk about a pace killer, or something that would kill the pace heavy. That right there was bad, so I scrapped that out of the project. But nah, all around, it went through, like, a lot of people don't realize it. It went through a lot of stuff. Like I mentioned, Arid was initially supposed to help out. He never, well, he did help out with some of the detailing stuff in the V1, but I mean, I did the rest of the detailing stuff for myself at the end. But it was a whole thing, dude. You wouldn't even know. Like, you guys wouldn't know. It was a whole freaking mess. Like, it went through a lot. It went through development hell. And then I picked up on the official version. Yeah, I would feel your pain if I was an FE2 creator. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes into map making that people don't tell you about. I like what it is right now. Yeah, and here's the thing, right? I understand you completely saying, like, it's got problems, right? Because it definitely, I do feel like it's not the best thing out there, but I feel like in terms of what it is, I think it's pretty damn good for the version that we could have gotten in the end. But there was a lot to it. Initially, I was gonna hire, what is it? Initially, I was gonna hire both Cruiser and Gameser just for fun to make the OST, but Games was busy, I think, either he had to take like a mental health break and whatnot for a while, or he was in the middle of the process of making a Mastery Shrine, which he still is in that process, right? With Dominoes, so he couldn't focus his attention onto it, especially when he's also working on the Rebound remixes. He just had his hands full, right? So we ended up, when we tried picking this project up again, we ended up scrapping him because, you know, he had to go through all that stuff, and we're like, his next available thing would have been on, like, next year. I'm pretty sure he said the next best time for when he would have been able to work on the OST would have been, like, next year. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna wait an entire year to drop this map, right? Especially when it's close to being done anyways. So I had Kroons pick out another person, and he picked out Rauxy V, and they made a bomb-ass OST. But no, regardless to say, I'm really happy of what it is now. You have the old CO courthouse OST saved. The thing is that games never worked on the OST like ever. Not even like a scrapped first concept or anything. Cruiser did have a couple of the old OST stuff though. I can pull it up real quick. Let me see here. Okay, so he has that. So this is one of the scrap things from November. This is kind of like the original here. A little bit. Sort of. Hold on. This was, I think, the OG, actually. Yeah, this was the OG. That was the initial version, and I told him that I didn't really like this version. It didn't feel like it was really, like, serious. Like, it captured that, you know, kind of more serious vibe that, you know, courthouses would often give out, right? So I told him to, God damn, that's awful. I mean, it would have probably been fine in any other setting, but it doesn't really fit, like, I don't think it fits too well for what I was trying to have conveyed in my map, right? That being that I'm trying to convey, like, the emotion of, okay, this is a very, you know, serious thing, because the whole thing about Courthouse Overflows, it's inspired off of a DLC heist from Payday 3 called Houston Breakout. And Houston Breakout is a, like, it's a very, um, it's kind of got, like, a very kind of serious vibe to it, right? I'll play a little bit of it, actually. Hold on. Okay, yeah. This is the OST. Hold on, let me reset. Okay, let's go to, like, control, right? We wanted something close to this being conveyed for it, right? Right? And then, of course, there's the loud parts of the soundtrack, right? This is one of my more favorite parts, right? And kind of one of the big reasons as to why it sounds really similar, right? But this is my most favorite part of the soundtrack. Things are picking up, right? And it's like, it sounds like shit's going down, right? And then it cuts to right here. It's so good. And I love it. I love this OST. It's so good. But you kind of get that feeling of like it's supposed to be a very serious thing going down, right? Like a breakout, and that's the whole idea. That's why you see the prisoner guy at the end, because the whole reference is based off of, well, Houston Breakout, as you can see in this screenshot here, and that's also kind of one of the other things for the that's one of the other things for the, like, thumbnail, of it. Let me find it real quick.
Wait, you don't write anything down after conversations?
This is Pocket. I never go anywhere without it.
See, so you see how it has, like, you got the guy surrounding him, right? And then it's like, with this one, I wanted it to be kind of the same a little bit. Right? So I did this. This is Cruiser, me, and Raux, and then this is supposed to be the character that was here. I was gonna make a joke about having like Solitary in, or maybe Arid in, but Arid's already put into the like actual official video, where he's the judge, right? And the whole thing to that, and it's a little thing that I don't think people realize or recognize, especially to it, is that a lot of like Arid's is that there's a little podium thing here, or this is Arid's little chair thing here, and he has a Judge Arid here, hence why he's in the video. And the whole reference to this is Arid is one of my close friends. Well, not close friends, but he's one of my friends. He's been a really good friend of mine for a good minute now in terms of like map making, right? And he was initially going to be one of the guys who did the OST composition for, not OST composition, but he was going to be one of the guys that helped me out with the original version of Courthouse Overflow. So I wanted to have at least some kind of throwback to, you know, Arid being here, right? I wanted to throw back to, you know, Arid being referenced in this map, because he was one of the first people that kind of helped, you know, with the envisionment a little bit of what was going to happen with the map, as well as being one of the people that was willing to help me out, especially with a map theme that has never been done before. So he was thrown in there as reference. I was thinking about maybe having him put off to the side here, but I just figured that this would be like the main, you know, composition of people here. And it wouldn't really make sense because, you know, Arid's the judge. He's supposed to be the guy that's, you know, sentencing this guy here. In this case, it's supposed to be Houston, because that's who you're trying to rescue in Payday 3, is the guy named Houston, right? So that was like the whole idea that I had in mind and everything, right? So that's kind of like the little lore behind it. Actually, I see the inspiration. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find. Let me get the actual Courthouse Overflow video up. Hold up real quick. Okay, so you have this, right? And it's like, okay, you have the gun guy here, and it's like, you get to this part here, and it's like, that's Arid right there. Yeah, this is Arid. Also, just for reference as well, Arid is the guy who did Undersea Facility. Which I don't know if I have Undersea saved. No, I don't. No, to say the least, he's the guy who did Undersea Facility. But no, anyways, let me get the music back up and running again. We're about to finish up on this part here. I don't know what to do for this area though. see something. I know I have like some rebel stuff in Courthouse that I could probably use here. No? Nothing? I thought I did. I do. No, I don't. Let me add a part here. That doesn't really look good. So yeah, appreciate the presentation. Hope Courthouse gets highlighted one day. I hope so as well. Then again, I really hope any of my maps will get highlighted. But no, I mean, I think it's cool. If it doesn't, obviously, I'm just excited to see what the community presents, that's all. Because I really do like a lot of the works that the community does give out from time to time. And hopefully, my next project is going to be really well received. I do have a couple of things I have in mind. Obviously, there's this map, and then there's another one I'm working on that I've done streams for before. It's Whatsup the remake of it, right? So hopefully, you know, a lot of this stuff. What is it? Hopefully, you know, one of these days, I'll be able to get, you know, some attention thrown onto it, a lot more than what I've gotten recently. You thought of getting Nodexy to play one of your maps? He has played a couple of them. I know he's played Fungal Grown Kingdom, he's played Conductive Korean, he's played Excavation Marketplace from all the way back when, and he's given fair ratings so far to them. Courthouse was a little low, but whatever. But once I'm done with this, I'm gonna figure that this map might get a good amount of traction. I'm hoping it gets a good amount of traction. But the other thing as well is I'm in his Discord, and I just don't want to bother him constantly being like, hey, not XZ, you know, play my map. I don't want to, I guess the thing is I don't really want to come off as someone who's, like, desperate and, you know, trying to get, you know, not XZ's attention. Being a nagger, that's what it is. Being someone who nags people. I should have specified that. For lack of a better word, really. I just don't want to be someone who's really annoying. That's all. But if he does play it, if he does play it one of these days, I'll be really happy. Whether that be Courthouse or whatever. I want to hope for Nodixy to make a video on this. He's not really a good person now that I know of some info. I'm not aware of anything. I just thought that he was someone... You could try leaving your maps in his YouTube comments. Maybe. I mean, maybe for sure. Also, Cobalt, what has he done? I'm not aware of anything here that he's done recently. Yeah, understandable to not be that one prick bothering someone, something like that. Yeah, essentially, leave it to the devices of him naturally finding it, and if he doesn't find it, you know, it's just the way it's meant to be. One of the things about Nodixy, one of the things about Nodixy, though, is that, like, whenever he's made a video on any of my maps, like, they just, generally speaking, don't really tend to blow up or get any attention, still, even afterwards. I mean, it's still very much so appreciated, because it's getting the opinion of, you know, someone big in the community, but still. But no, he's a racist, and apparently he has connections to phosphorite. Oh, that's really nice. I mean, that's... I thought it was going to be much worse. I thought I heard... Actually, no, never mind. Never mind. Wait, what? Work in progress void 6.5. Wait, hold on. Is Nodixy's thing, Cobalt, is it just him, like, reposting videos where he has the N-word in it? Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. Nice chat, man. Indeed. You have yourself a good one, content. Sleep well, obviously. I mean, it's like 1 o'clock at night time, but I'll need to get some sleep here in a little bit, but hopefully you have a good night. Sleep well, man. I think, yeah, I'm also not fully aware of that stuff. Gotcha, then. I'm not going to make any comment about it, just simply due to the fact that for all we could know, he could just be either misunderstood or, he is just something else, right? That's just making a benefit of the doubt kind of thing. I don't want to, like, immediately jump on conclusions or anything. So I'm going to let it slide. Well, quote-unquote slide until we get more information, and then I'll make an opinion out on it. Because obviously I don't want to, like, be someone who's, like, immediately gonna jump on, like, the lynching train and be like, nah, this guy's horrible and everything, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want to be one of those guys. I mean, we literally saw what happened to Zeal. I think it was Zeal. Was it Zeal or was it Ren? I forget. Regardless, I don't want to be someone who immediately jumps to a conclusion without any require evidence to show it being the case. I don't think he's misunderstood when he constantly reposts extremely racist TikToks. Like, this has been an ongoing thing for months. I'm surprised people are not just now starting to talk about it. Okay, wait, Ace, I don't think you're here to see my messages. I don't want to defend this guy. I'm just not jumping immediately to conclusions. That's the only thing I wanted to do. I didn't want to immediately, like, jump right on the bandwagon and just be like, yeah, fuck this guy and everything. I want to see some of the evidence myself as well, because I don't use TikTok either. Not saying that you guys are wrong or anything. I want to see personally some of this stuff. And make sure that, like, this is verifiable and it's without a shadow of a doubt that he is guilty. I think I also heard something from Cape. I think it was him, but it was in the Liquid Breakout VC about something related to cheese pizza, if you know what I mean. Oh, that's really nice. Awesome. Good shit, man. Why can't people just not be pedophiles, bro? It literally... It... I know this is... this is gonna sound a little fucked up, but it literally brings me back to that one meme where it's the guy and he's like, how hard is it to not fuck with minors? Are they all that? Or something like that. It's like this one tweet on Twitter, bro. I'm like, bro. What the fuck, man? That's a crazy tweet, but apparently, I guess this is a fucking problem with people. Apparently he's also sending shit on Discord, but it isn't clear if it's in DMs or a server or what. Oh, that's really nice. That's... yeah, that's what we needed. Well, I mean, it literally brings us back to that thing I just said. Are minors really that hard to not fucking interact with or something? Like, seriously? Are we really struggling to not, you know, sexualize minors and whatnot? Like, is it that hard? I probably shouldn't be saying this. I'm probably gonna, like, end up getting a strike or something for saying these words, but I mean, like, fuck, man. It can't be that hard. Apparently he's also been sending shit on Discord, but it isn't clear if it's in DMs. That's real nice. That's real good stuff there. Real good stuff there, guys. Real good job yet again from not you guys, but from... When I mean you guys, I mean people like Nodixy or Phosphorite or whatever. Allegedly, Nodixy. But good shit from you guys for literally going out of your way yet again to talk to minors and all that. That's really nice. That's real good shit. I don't want to punch down too much, like I mentioned, until I get evidence of it, but I mean, if this shit is true, that's fucking deplorable, man. Like, how hard is it to not leave little kids alone? To be honest, I feel like you can change from being racist, but if the other thing is true, there's no coming back from that. No, I agree. Here's the thing about being racist is that you can be proven wrong about being racist, and you can either pick to, you know, actually change your viewpoints and, you know, try and be a better person for everyone, right? And you can try to be better, or you can be someone who just continues to live in a little la la fantasy land about stuff. Uh, and continue to be racist. So unless you're someone who like redeems themselves in my eyes and is like you like proactively change yourself for the better, I don't see how this is going to like I can see my whole point is that I think you can come back from being racist. You really can't come back from being a pedophile. I'm just gonna say it straight out. Like, I don't care if it gets me in any trouble with, you know, fucking YouTube. I don't care. I gotta say what it is, man. Like, it just can't be that fucking hard, man. Apparently it is to some people, so. Also, that brings me back to another thing. Can this community just be fucking normal for once, please? Can the community, like, just be a bunch of normal people instead of, like, phosphorites and Tom Brady's, please? And now apparently not XCs. This is, like, what, the fourth time now that we've had someone in the community exposed for being a, you know, a minor lover, a cupcake enthusiast. There's probably way more people too, which is the upsetting thing. Well, considering that Nodexy kind of has like his own tiny fan base of people that like orbit him because, you know, they hate, you know, fucking CBG and everything, I would probably imagine that they're gonna try and go on a they're gonna try and die on a hill for him. Which sucks, but whatever. But I really, here's the thing. I'll fault X Cyber or not X Cyber. God damn it! I will fault not XZ. Dude, not XZ fans are not real people. We'll all be good. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing about it though, right? Is that I can fault not XZ and like accept and kind of forgive him for like the racism stuff because, like I mentioned, he could very much so either he could just probably have a warped mind and view about racism, you know, ethnicities and whatnot, right? You can't really like come back from being like, oh well, I used to be a pedophile, but I've redeemed myself, especially when you're doing shit with kids already. Like that's, I'm pretty sure, a mental problem that you need to get fixed immediately. If you haven't acted on it. If you have, you should be thrown in the fucking jail. Under the jail, in my opinion. But if you're like one of those guys who are like Redditors who are like, I'm a fucking, what is it? I'm a map and whatever, but I don't touch kids or anything. It's like, well, get mental help, dude. Because it's not normal to be thinking these things about kids. Whatsoever. But the thing is that I'm going to, until we get actual hardcore evidence showcasing that Not XZ is beyond a reasonable doubt guilty about being a pedophile, I'm going to say that he is innocent for now. For now. I'm not saying that he is innocent. Well, that's actually kind of what I am saying. I'm saying that there needs to be evidence to showcase that he is what you guys are claiming him to be. Because pedophilia allegations are very, very serious. But that's just me. If it does turn out that he is a pedophile, obviously, gonna leave his server, cut ties with him, everything. I'm not going to be around in a server that is being indoctrinated by a pedophile. If it turns out that he is innocent, obviously I'm going to still stick by. I'm going to say that the person who tried to make these allegations get banned and shunned out of the communication if they turn out to be false. Okay, if they turn out to be, like, not true at all, right? I should emphasize that. If they turn out to not be true or anything, I'd say ban the people and shun them out of the community, because allegations like that I take very seriously. I gotta go over here for that. But anyways, that's just me. To change topics up though, real quickly, what are we most excited for in the new upcoming updates for FE2 and FE2CM? Me personally, I'm really excited to see this new live listing system and of course the new maps, as well as the return of the old pro lobby. Wait, pro lobby whitelist new map CM perm updates highlight system change. Yeah, that's another one. I wonder what the how the new system's gonna work, honestly. Like that, and do they already have highlights picked out and whatnot? That's my other question. I would probably imagine that they already have some highlights maybe picked out already, but considering that it is, people have mentioned a new system and everything, I mean, it could very much so be a little different. just pray that the CM has bug fixes along with the new whitelist system. Hopefully. The thing is that I'm not expecting the whitelist system to be perfect day one. I really want animation, sounds, and lag to be fixed. Yeah, that's a pretty prevalent issue. Especially when you play with, like, someone like NotXC. This is the problem that I have with NotXC, FopDoodle, I'm sorry. Especially when you play with FopDoodle, and he does his, like, CM Perm live streams, right? Is that with, like, his CM Perm live streams and all that, right? Like, half the time, like, there's literally some times where, like, half the lobby will fucking die. A lot of shit's definitely getting fixed once it's synced to the current main game version. But don't trust that they're gonna fix too much outside of that. Yeah. Well, I'm really excited to see what this new highlight system's like, because isn't it like you're gonna have 1 month where it's like an easy, a hard, and a crazy, and then the next month it's like a normal, insane, and crazy plus. That's if I recall what that's the new system, right? And it's like, well, we'll see what it's like. I'm a tiny bit optimistic, but I don't think it's going to move the needle by that much, honestly. I feel like they just need to get rid of the difficulty guarantees with highlight batches. That's what I think, honestly, though. To be fair, in Zach's latest sneak peek, you can see that the number version is 66. Yep. Wait, aren't we on 64 right now? Or is it 65 we're on right now? I forget. CM is 64, main game 65. Ah, okay. That's good to hear. Yeah, no, I'm excited. That and, of course, the new base perms. Like we mentioned, I feel like one of them's gonna be a, I feel like one of them's gonna be a 6.1, maybe 6.2, but definitely an easier Crazy Plus. It has to be. There's no shot that Coolsite doesn't have a new... Nope, no. Okay, that will actually, like, probably get this demonetized and, like, shut down in a few countries. What was bro about to say? Can we please skip the number version after 66? 6-7! 6-7! Oh my god, it's so hilarious, chat. 6-7. Literally allowing even, lolpeg. Or lolkeg, I think that's what it's pronounced as. Lolpog. I need to buy a new gaming monitor, honestly. I need to buy, like, an actual 4K, like, 120 hertz monitor. Because right now I have, I believe, a 61 hertz monitor, and it's fine. 6.7 absolutely has to die down by the time that update releases, right? Hopefully. I mean, knowing our luck, it probably isn't. If that shit really lasts another year, I swear. Oh, I mean, wasn't 6.7 created all the way back in like 2024 and it's still joked about today? I'm sorry to tell you, but I don't think it's going anywhere. I hate to be the one who has to break it to you, bud. What was that? To be honest, though, it's wild that 6.7 shows up all the time, even when it's not related to the 6.7 kid. How long did it take for the dab to die down? I want to say about 3-ish years after Fortnite started milking the shit out of it. Because you had the regular one, and then you had like the fucking infinite dab, and then we had the fucking footstep dab, and then we had another kind of dab in chapter 2. Let me update this map and let's see what it looks like now. God damn it, where's my map? Okay, what do we think about this? What do we think about this, chat? Hold on. These pillars look a tiny bit small. Why do I have Luxurian open, bro? What's that shit? Okay, it needs to go out by another thing here. Back when we still had the afro. The afro? What's the afro? Like the hairstyle afro? Okay, what do we think about this room, chat? Because apparently 6.7 was mentioned way before MJ's Thriller album. Oh. Oh, okay, I didn't see that. My bad. Okay, so you can't cheese it. Oh. You know what? I want to play one map. Let's see if we have it. There it is. I played this map. This is a really good, like... This is a good Chris Summer map. I like how it kind of changes from being like one of those more hyper-realistic, you know, FE2 maps that's got like a million things in it, right? I'm gonna kill myself with this real quick though. I like how it changes from still waiting for you to fix the gameplay at the start of the hallucination gimmick. No, I don't want to do that, dude. I don't even know how I'm going to fix it, considering that it's going to take a million years to either change the gameplay up to make it a tiny bit bigger, which, I mean, I think it's fine so far. And even then, that also means I'm going to have to account for trying to redo the entirety of the flood. That, and I don't even know how I can fix it. I think it's just really cramped where the mushroom and crust part is at. Hold on, I know what area you're talking about. Are you talking about this area? Do you want me to just make this part smaller? Or do you want me to, like, just... Because what I could do is I could probably remove this thing here and then, like, move this up a tiny bit and then have the player, like, jump down to here and jump on, like, a barrel or a box or whatever to get up here. It's a really weird turn, to be honest. Well, I don't really know how else I could fix it. That's the problem. I don't know how I could do this real quick, though. I'd say remove the truss, to be honest. What, this? Well, I don't know what to add here in terms of, like, getting the player up here then. Outside of maybe another, like, jump. I mean, I can see what I can do. Wait, actually. Well, yeah, that's the problem I'm running into. I don't know how I'm gonna change gameplay up to make it sufficient enough. I mean, I can update the model real quick and see how it plays out. Move that mushroom to the corner terrain. What, right here? I don't think that's gonna do much. Because we're still gonna have the question of how are we gonna do this here? Unless you want me to, like, have the truss be right here so they climb up it and then they have to immediately do a back turn here. Actually, let me playtest this real quick and see how gameplay flows. This. Gotcha. I'm gonna do a quick playthrough then. In DMs, I'd put a ladder on the wall and have players move sideways from it, maybe. Nah, I don't feel like that's good enough. I mean, maybe. I mean, we could try that out, but I don't think it's gonna work too well. Hold on, let me just... Okay, let me do this real quick. Let me move this 122 stats up. Wait, hold on. Do this. I also need to remove this from the list as well. Good. This one's hard. Wait, I could do this. Hold on. I have an idea. I could do this real quick. We could see if this works. It's gonna be a little weird gameplay-wise, but I think it could work. This out. If all goes to hell, I'll just fucking revert it back to its original state. Okay, so that's a little bit of a problem. It looks like I'm going to have to lower this down a little bit. You pull it out a bit more. Put it over here. Yeah. Probably going to make the jump a little redundant, so move this back a bit. This model over a tiny bit more. This should work. I mean, we're gonna test it out and see. Shit. No, that wasn't supposed to happen. Hold on. Alright, let's get this again. Honestly, playtesting through this, I feel like it's less of a 5.3 and more of a 5. Or, not less of a 5.3. I think it's less of a 5.4 now and more so a 5.3. So I might revert it back to that 5.3 statue. That was odd. Then again, I'm gonna have to get the opinions of quite a few other people in terms of what they think this map is, so... Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm fucking up so badly. It's a tiny bit awkward, but... No, it's not really awkward, it's just a little... weird. Let me play through it again. I'd still just go with my idea, to be honest. Fair enough, I suppose. Well, the problem here is, can you just, like, literally... Yeah, you can literally jump on it. Yeah, so you can literally jump on this. I'm gonna have to nerf that. Just see how that works out, and if it doesn't feel right, you can revert. Okay. If that's the case, let me take this... and put it in the exempted folder. I'm also gonna have to move this back by quite a bit. I'm gonna change the color of this so that's more distinguishable. And maybe raise this by a half step. This should work out, I think. Doesn't seem too bad. Not bad, not bad. I like this so far. I think the gameplay change is tolerable. It's gonna be a little weird, but I think it's tolerable enough. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get the opinions of, well, Robin, but also a few others to see what it entails, but I think so far the gameplay change is fine, if not a tiny bit unnecessary. Yeah, it feels nice. Okay, we got that problem there. Okay. It's like 2:14 in the morning for me, honestly. Yeah, or not honestly, but it, like, quite literally is just 2:14 in the morning for me. I'm gonna have to get off here in a little bit. But I want to do a little bit more detailing before I do. See something. Do we think it should be a different thing like this, or do we think that it should be concrete? What do we think, Chad? I'm thinking concrete, honestly. Basalt just seems like it's too random of a choice to pick. Five. Honestly, okay, hold up. I'm gonna get done with this, and then I'm gonna give a final statement and then head out for the night. Alright, I think that is where I ended for tonight. I'm a little happy with the progress that we had today. I was really hoping for a little bit more progress, but it'll suffice for now. I am happy that I did get this interior done, though. This interior looks really good in my opinion. I'm gonna probably touch up on it a little bit more, and get through it. But otherwise, I think I've done it again. Let me get this stuff. Happy with the progress I've made today. Let me get this stuff detailed real quick. And then I will end it. Okay, there we go. No, anyways, like I was saying though, I feel like I got quite a bit done today. Got quite a bit of detailing done. Still obviously a lot more to do, a lot more materializing things and all that. That just comes with time. I am expecting to get this project done within about probably another month, assuming that things don't, go all haywire and shit and go to shit, right? That and I still have to get a OST composer in mind, which, like I mentioned before, earlier in this stream, I got about two in mind, but no, otherwise, I think I am done for tonight. I might do a little bit more working tomorrow. I'm not going to be doing a live stream until maybe Saturday, maybe a little later. Really, it just depends on what I feel like, but yeah, no. Anyways, I will see you all later. Goodbye.